What is going on, everybody? Got a big announcement video here. My roster for next gen Xbox for Madden 22 with all off-season transactions and all of your rookies is now complete. Was a big project here. Before we even talk about any of this stuff, gotta shout out my dude Jazzer. It's Jazzer129 on Twitter and most importantly on YouTube. This would literally not have happened without Jazzer. He was huge for, getting the transactions done, which is a ton of work. I'll talk about some of the different stuff we do to get the contracts as accurate as possible because we can't edit contracts in the creation menu, which deserves a little, thanks EA soundbite on that one. A lot of limitations set on us by EA, and we do the best we can to get this as realistic as possible. Ton of work, dozens to hundreds of hours going into creating this thing between me, Jazzer, and I also got to shout out Charlie Weirdo on Twitch. Also very instrumental. So to get this bad boy, you will notice there's like 10 of these TFG football rosters. EA has had countless issues with the file share this year that I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are well aware of. So this is not quite as simple as just coming down to this one and grabbing this file. You actually are going to want to search by my gamer tag, TFG football, and you will see it then because they kept taking these down, but still listing them. So like if you try to download any of these other ones, you'll get an error message. Actually, if you search by my gamer tag, it doesn't show the fake rosters that aren't actually there. So this is the one right here that you want. You'll see the full description there. Shouting out Jazzer. You'll want this. Give it a download. If you get an error message, I recommend trying to save it as a different file name. If you already have a version of this roster, it might get confused because it's Madden we're talking about. Otherwise, it should work. If you might get a error message, but just try it a couple times. They have actually fixed a lot of the issues with file share over the last couple of months. If you could, when you're done, give it a rate, thumbs up on the roster. Just a nice little way to show your love. Also, as I mentioned, there's a ton of work. If you want to show your financial support, I'm going to try and share some of whatever I get with Jazzer and, spread the love that way. But a ton of work went into this thing, man. And we do it for the community. But if you see this as a DLC-sized expansion for Madden 22, you're enjoying franchise mode again, you're happy to have the roster, $5 goes a long way. The PayPal is paypal.me/TFGfootball or Marcus-Whitman on Venmo. Really means a lot. Again, a lot of hours went into this thing. I just want to walk through the roster a little bit here, show you what you're getting. I will note there's about 20 guys in the 7th round that we were not able to get to. We ran out of rookies to create. There's a limit on how many players you can add to the roster, so there's about 20 guys short. I did go ahead and add Carson Strong as an undrafted free agent, hoping to maybe get around to Justin Ross as well. But we did our best to get these guys' contracts as realistic as possible, which is not easy because you can't edit contracts. This is a big thing that, we spent a lot of time on. So anyone that we were able to create through the creation menu, they'll have a realistic contract. 4 years for everybody, 5 years for first round guys. And then you'll see guys, right around the 5th round guys, you'll start to see guys with 3-year contracts. So to do this, we actually had to create Kevin Harris as a punter, overwrite some meaningless rookie, turn him into a punter, go to the sign free agent menu, and you can see the prices change based on their overall. So we'd sign all these guys as 76 overall punters to get that contract to be as close to realistic as possible. So that's just a little bit of attention to detail that goes into this thing. Lots of other stuff, but you're going to get, along with not just all the transactions, not with just all the rookies, you're also getting my full ratings overhaul. This is something I've talked about in other videos, but basically the average overall rating in my roster is going to be lower because I want the guys we're scrolling through right now to truly stand out against the, Robbie Andersons of the world, the, pick Joe Schmo 76 overall D tackle, like, Linval Joseph, Eddie Goldman. These are the guys in this category are going to be more like 82s and 83s in EA's roster. We want to separate the stars from the studs and the studs from the average players and the replacement level players. So you'll see that rating scale adjusted here. It's a really nice touch. It makes franchise mode realistic. A lot of these, all of these player ratings are my own opinion. So, it's my roster. You're just going to have to deal with that. It's not like EA does perfect ratings either. I like to think, and a lot of people agree, that my ratings are, about as good as you can find. You're going to have disagreements, of course, and that's totally fair. But yeah, that's the roster, man. Make sure when you're getting ready to use this thing, go load it up as I showed. You got to come in here, share and manage files. You'll go and load the roster. You can scroll through it in this menu to make sure it's loaded. And then when you go to start your new franchise, which I will do for a second because there's a couple other things I want to talk about. Some stuff that you can do to improve your experience here. You go to use active roster and do it as an offline franchise. I'll explain that in a second. But you'll see it'll import that roster. And the reason you want to do this as an offline is there are some things you're going to need to edit. And I'm going to have a sheet, a little guide of stuff that you guys can edit to get the most realistic setup possible. A lot of you guys have done this, and many of that is development traits, whether it's the existing traits that EA gives these players. And of course, for these rookies, every single rookie will have normal development. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't edit the development trait in the player edit menu, unfortunately. So if you want more realistic dev traits for these guys, you don't want all these rookies to have normal dev, you will have to do this step yourself. In the description below, you will find a dev trait change suggestion sheet. And I'm going to release this video now, but check back. I'm hoping to have that sheet up within the next 24 hours of when this video drops. But yeah, you're going to have to go in and, change the dev trait of these guys. For example, Jaquan Brisker on to Bears. Gonna have to go in. Some of these guys' ages are also off. Again, it's not a perfect process. It's a lot of tough stuff, but looks like Brisker's good. But yeah, you're gonna have to flip that over to star and go through the whole sheet and do all that stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to include some suggestions for possession catch, which is another thing that for some stupid reason I can't edit in the player editing menu. It's just not in there. So I'm going to have to put in all the players that you're going to want to put the possession catch trait on. So for example, Alec Pierce does not have it. So that's something you're going to want to do. And then, yeah, there's probably going to be some contracts in there as well to get more realistic contracts. It's going to be kind of whatever you want to put into it. But the last thing I'll say here is the reason we did an offline franchise is that once you do all of those changes, you can come right here, create a new save point, call it base or whatever you want. And once you've done all that stuff once, you are good to go, man. You might not get any updates. I mean, you won't get any updates to the roster that I do. There's going to be some transactions I got to update. Might add a couple more rookies. You know, you won't get them this way, but you can always go and make those transactions yourself inside this base file if you'd like. But yeah, it's a lifesaver, man. It allows you do that one time. It takes like anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, depending on how much time you want to put into it. But then you are good to go for the summer until the next Madden comes out. And that is it, man. I hope you guys, above all, enjoy the roster. Consider supporting this thing financially. A lot of work went into it. I'm going to share the love with Jazzer if you guys give me any donations. But yeah, enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Please do hit that like button. And I'll see you guys back here within a week or so. I'm going to be starting up a new rebuild, probably a Bears rebuild that I think I'm going to do as a stream series that I edit up. So really looking forward to that. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Peace out.